Welcome everyone to Ratioed. My name is Harrison Faulkner. Alex Jones has endorsed Pierre Poilievre, and ladies and gentlemen, get the popcorn ready. The meltdown is in full swing, and the takes on Twitter, the meltdown on Twitter, it's gold. The reactions are just pure gold. We've got them all on the show. Hopefully we've curated some of the best ones for you guys. Also on the show, our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, he certainly has a knack for timing, doesn't he? He just knows exactly when to embarrass us, when to embarrass the country. You know, instead of doing his job as Prime Minister, instead of, trying to solve some of the multiple crises facing this country right now, well, he was seen last weekend bungee jumping in Quebec, because I guess that's exactly what a Prime Minister in 2022 does. And as we always do, we wrap up the show with the Ratio of the Week award. And without giving it away, without saying too much, all I will say is this. We finally got him, guys. We finally got the big fish in the pond, and it'll be a good one. Just stick around to find out exactly who wins. The common question for this episode is this. Will Justin Trudeau stick it out to the end of his mandate and run for re-election? Will he try his hand for, a fourth time to win re-election? From my vantage point, it seems as though he's checked out. And I know he said he plans to run again, but you let me know in the comments below. What do you think Justin Trudeau will do? Will he run for re-election and try his hand against Pierre Poilievre? Let me know. Drop a like on the video and share it. And if you're feeling generous, as always, consider donating to us at donate.tnc.news. The link is in the description of this video. All right, let's get into it. So if you haven't heard the news, Alex Jones of InfoWars has endorsed Pierre Poilievre, and I personally wouldn't even go as far as to call it an endorsement. It's hardly an endorsement. In fact, Alex Jones doesn't even say his name. It's like he forgot his name. But nonetheless, to the left, to the liberals in this country, it counts all the same, because they really think they've got it this time, right? They really think they've stuck it to Pierre Poilievre. You see, this one is going to convince Canadians that Pierre Poilievre is a dangerous far-right maniac. He must be stopped, right? First, they tried that with the Diagolon guy. They tried that with the handshake, right? When that one didn't stick and no one really bought it, now they've waited for a perfect opportunity, and sure enough, Alex Jones comes along, drops hardly a ringing endorsement, but an endorsement nonetheless. Alex Jones drops an endorsement, and it's as though they feel they've got the winning ticket in their hands. This is it. This is going to convince Canadians. I'm going to play that endorsement for you now, and then we're going to get into some of the hilarious reactions after. Of course, the lefties on Twitter freaked out, and we could show you some of the most insane takes from sort of no-name accounts, anonymous accounts, but that's not so exciting. The best part for me are the meltdown takes from MPs, Liberals, NDP, also journalists. Journalists, of course, the lefty journalists, never to miss their chance to pile on to conservatives. They got in on the action too, and some of the reactions are hilarious. But anyway, before we get into that, let's play the endorsement first. This is what Alex Jones had to say about Pierre Poilievre, who, keep in mind, he doesn't even remember the name of. So keep that in mind when you watch this endorsement.
But that's why they're censoring us. The internet's saying nobody knows who first coined it is. If the situation was hopeless, the propaganda would not be necessary. So as negative as things are, we got Bolsonaro, we got Giorgia Moroni in Italy, we've got the new Canadian leader set to beat Trudeau, who's totally anti-New World Order. I mean, you look all over the world, we are rising right now, but that concerns me because the deep state globalists are going to throw out.
We got Bolsonaro, we got Giorgia Moroni, we got that, what's his name, new Canadian leader who said to beat Trudeau, who's totally anti-New World Order. Alex Jones, how was my Alex Jones impression? Let me know also in the comments. So there you go. He doesn't even remember Pierre Poilievre's name. He's like scratching his head trying to figure it out. But of course, to the left, it's hardly an endorsement, right? But to the left, it's an opportunity, and they'll never miss the opportunity to pile on to conservatives. They totally pounced on this and totally lost their minds. Some of the takes are hilarious. So Press Progress, which is a far-left blog funded by the Broadbent Institute, which is backed by the NDP, of course they pounced on this and made a big deal about far-right Alex Jones endorsing the Pierre Poilievre, who must be a far-right dangerous leader. The headline reads, far-right conspiracy theorist Alex Jones praises conservative leader Pierre Poilievre. Yes, he praises Pierre Poilievre so much so that he doesn't even know his name. What praise? I wish I could get praise like that. And then the first line of the article shows you exactly where they're coming from. Pierre Poilievre has earned a new admirer, conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. And then later on in the Press Progress article, they write this. Poilievre has repeatedly used rhetoric alluding to conspiratorial ideas popular among the online far right related to the World Economic Forum and the Great Reset. Poilievre's office did not respond to requests for comment from Press Progress about Jones's expression of support or compassion between Poilievre and far right leaders like Bolsonaro and Maloney. What's Poilievre even going to say? I mean, come on. It's not like Poilievre asked Alex Jones for an endorsement. A politician can't control who endorses them. What, do you think? Do they think Poilievre called up Alex Jones and was like, Alex, buddy, you got to endorse me on your next episode. I'm just hoping for that Alex Jones endorsement. It's the one thing I know it's going to get me over the line. I mean, come on. It's just absolutely ludicrous. But, of course, we're not done there. Let's go to Twitter, all right? Let's go to Twitter to check out some of these hilarious reactions. One of the most vocal and annoying Liberal MPs on Twitter, Mark Gerretsen, you'll definitely know who I'm talking about if you're on the platform. He's basically tweeting 24/7 all day long. Of course, he got in on this action. So Mark Gerretsen writes this on Twitter. It's hard not to think at Pierre Poilievre is an alt-right populist when you stumble upon something like this. Alex Jones, arguably one of the most alt-right commentators out there, considers PP one of his crusaders. Calm down there, Mark. Calm down there, buddy.
Better chill out there, heavy metal.
Again, like I was saying before, you can hardly be considered a crusader under Alex Jones's InfoWars if Alex Jones doesn't even know your name. All right? I mean, he doesn't even know how to say Maloney, let alone Pierre Poilievre, which most people to this day still don't know how to say. They keep saying Poilievre. We've got Charlie Angus of the NDP, also a very annoying person on Twitter. He writes, the man who has terrorized the families that lost children at Sandy Hook is now pitching for Pierre Poilievre, the face of the Conservative Party in 2022. What is that supposed to be, that Alex Jones is the face of the Conservative Party? I'm not really sure I get that, because obviously Pierre Poilievre is the leader of the Conservative Party, but all of a sudden Alex Jones, who once again doesn't know his name, is the face of the Conservative Party of 2022. Oh, I'm so scared, Charlie. I'm so scared. You're right. I'm just going to drop what I'm doing, and I'm going to vote for Jagmeet Singh and the NDP. They're much better. Adam Van Koeverdan, the Liberal MP, also got into the mix. He's famous for telling a constituent who was voicing her opinions about the vaccine mandate to F off, right? That Adam Van Koeverdan. Well, he chimed in as well on Twitter. Good to know where Alex Jones, one of the most vile alt-right commentators and conspiracy theory peddling lunatics on the planet, stands on the new Conservative leader. Spoiler, he's a big fan. Big fan who doesn't know his name. Huge fan. Huge fan. That's right, Adam Van Koeverdan. Alex Jones is just a huge fan of Pierre Poilievre. One of the funnier things I saw was when on Twitter did a whole deep dive analysis on the video. She was trying to, do her little journalistic thing where she does a fact check on Alex Jones's video just to confirm what we all know, that of course he was talking about Pierre Poilievre. Rachel Gilmore writes, in this clip, conspiracy theorist Alex Jones appears to be backing a new Canadian leader who he says is set to beat Trudeau and is totally anti-New World Order. And then she writes underneath, I've independently verified this clip. It's from Alex Jones's show that was posted on October 1st. There's only one new Canadian leader who is polling higher than Trudeau, and that's Pierre Poilievre. And then she writes as well, Jones doesn't say his name though, so you can't be sure that's who he meant. Actually, you're totally right, Rachel. We really don't know who he's talking about. He could be talking about the Green Party leader, Amita Kuttner. Now, truth is, I'm not going to sit here and all of a sudden praise Alex Jones. That's not what this segment is about. Really, all I'm doing is just trying to tell you that it is hilarious that when Alex Jones, a American commentator who really has no impact on the Canadian electorate whatsoever, when Alex Jones, an American commentator, tacitly endorses Pierre Poilievre, once again, remember, he doesn't even say his name because he doesn't remember his name. So when he says that, the left freak out. They lose their minds completely. Like they tried to lose their minds about the handshake with the Diagolon guy at the Poilievre rally. Once again, when that one didn't stick, they tried something else. They tried to get the Alex Jones endorsement. That's really going to do it for them. That's obviously not going to stick as well. Like, oh my God, an Alex Jones endorsement. I can't imagine anything worse. It's terrible stuff. An Alex Jones endorsement. It's almost nearly like working for and being endorsed by a prime minister who's worn blackface more times than he can remember. I would much prefer to work for a guy who is known to wear blackface more times than he can remember than be endorsed by a horrible, evil, far-right, alt-right guy like Alex Jones. This is what they're trying to do with Pierre Poilievre, and it's clearly not working. Their efforts, although admirable, I will give it to them. They are trying really hard. Journalists, Liberal MPs, NDP MPs, they're all working together, what a surprise there, to try and push this message that Pierre Poilievre is a dangerous, far-right, populist, scary figure. They're going to try, but they're obviously not going to be able to succeed. That's because Pierre Poilievre isn't one of those people. He isn't one of those people. He is a establishment conservative politician. He's a conservative that knows how to read the tea leaves of the country. He's found the right time, the right window, but really, are we pretending as though Pierre Poilievre is this dangerous far-right menace? He's been a Conservative MP since 2004. Look, you can't control who endorses you. It's not up in your control. Pierre Poilievre doesn't control the media in the United States the same way Justin Trudeau controls the media in Canada. So again, you really can't do much about that endorsement. Anyways, speaking of the Prime Minister, let's get into what he was up to over the weekend. So this is our very serious Prime Minister. Like we always say in this program, we want to reiterate our Prime Minister, as we all know, is a very serious guy. This is a very serious Prime Minister. Definitely not checked out of the job as Prime Minister, enjoying some much-deserved time off over the weekend.
Check. Looking at the highway. You got this. You're in a good position in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! Sweet.
Wow, Justin Trudeau, guys, he must be the hardest working guy in all of Canada, right? He never takes time off just for himself. He never takes time to, to have some family time, have some time to reflect. He's always busy working for the people. He must be the hardest working guy in Canadian politics. Another weekend goes by, and this guy seems to always be doing something that doesn't involve being Prime Minister. It's like he doesn't actually care about being the Prime Minister. He's always doing something else. I don't think we've seen videos of Stephen Harper bungee jumping off of these structures and, doing these different things and dancing and getting dressed up. You just don't see it. And that's the problem, right? You just don't see it from the other guys, but you always see it from Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau, he's got impeccable timing. He knows exactly when to take time off, right? And the story gets a little bit more interesting about taking time off this weekend. I guess it was his son's birthday again. You can have some respect for that. You can have some understanding for that. Turns out, however, that Justin Trudeau, along with Melanie Joly, the foreign minister in Canada, they were given an invitation by the organizers of the Richmond Hill Iranian protest. Now, this protest took place over the weekend. 50,000 people walked along Richmond Hill in support of the protests in Iran, in support of their fight for freedom, and to call out the IRGC for the morality police killing of Mahsa Amini, the horrible killing that took place. Well, Justin Trudeau was invited to attend that protest and to speak. It turns out that not only did Justin Trudeau, of course, not show up to that protest, didn't speak at that protest, he didn't even acknowledge the invitation given to him by the organizers. He didn't even have the courtesy to say that he wasn't going to be able to make it. He was going to be in Quebec, bungee jumping with his son.
In terms of politicians, we invited from politicians from all levels of government. At the federal level, we invited the leaders of the three major political parties. The leader of the Conservative Party of Canada changed his plans for the weekend and came, and we're very grateful to him for having done that. We issued an invitation to the Prime Minister and to the Foreign Minister Joly. Regrettably, they didn't come, and they didn't even acknowledge our invitation, and that's been a real disappointment for us.
And it just seems as though the Prime Minister loves to take time off. And we're allowed to call it out. I mean, he is our Prime Minister after all. We know how hard he works. He's a very serious guy, very hard worker, as we all know. But let's get into some of the reactions because they are pretty good. You guys had some great comments on this video. This video was posted on a lot of social media accounts. A lot of people made fun of it. I want to pull some of the comments you guys had from my video. And I also want to say there's a lot of pro-Trudeau people in my comments these days. I'm not sure if you guys are all starting to, converge on my videos or whatever, but you guys really pipe up when I take shots at our Prime Minister. It hasn't gone unnoticed, let me just say that. Anyway, this is the video, and I posted it, and it got a bunch of comments, and we're going to go through some of the best ones here. Interesting how his million-man security team allowed this, yet it is too dangerous to attend Parliament or to talk to Canadians. Yes, wouldn't it be great if Justin Trudeau would, face the public, face the opposition in Parliament? He doesn't usually do that. He's doing it about once a week now. Definitely hasn't checked out, though, right? Definitely hasn't checked out of his job. Or this one, if only he worked more than he played, but alas, it is the other way around. If only he just convinced Canadians that you actually work hard. Like, I'm sure you don't actually have to work that hard, but can you at least try to convince us that you work hard? And this person comes in with a pretty good take, I have to say. I don't care what he does on his day off, just that he has so many of them. Yes, exactly. Like, you can have a day off, but how many days off is this guy getting? I think we can all agree, guys, that if Justin Trudeau worked as hard as he played, then I think maybe the country would be in a better place. But then again, the thought also comes up that perhaps the fact that Justin Trudeau isn't working so hard is actually good for Canadians. Take your time, man. Take your time, enjoy your vacation, enjoy your time off. It's tough to know which side you really want to be on. You want the Prime Minister to work hard and not be a laughingstock of the world. But on the other hand, you kind of think to yourself, well, maybe it's not so bad if you just take your time off and leave it up to the other people. What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know. Do you want the Prime Minister to work hard? Or do you want him to just keep playing around? Let me know in the comments. Here we go, guys. Ratio of the week time. And it's the 20th episode of Ratioed. Special milestone. Hope for many more, of course. But I thought we had to do something good on the 20th episode of Ratioed. I thought we had to leave the episode with a bang. And all I will say is, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got the big fish in the pond for the big prize. That it being, of course, the Ratio of the Week award. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Justin Trudeau, the winner of the Ratio of the Week award this week. Well-deserved, well-earned. Believe me, he really deserves this one for this doozy he put out on Twitter on October 2nd. He writes, "Newspapers keep people informed, hold governments accountable, and help protect democracy. These are not small tasks. This hashtag National Newspaper Week, let us celebrate these champions of the truth for providing Canadians with reliable and credible information. Thank you. Oh, and because I love the newspapers so much, here is a bunch of cash to keep me unaccountable and to oppose the opposition. If you keep doing that, that'll be perfect. Write hit pieces against my political opponents, oppose the opposition in Parliament, and keep me unaccountable. You do that, then I will keep giving you money." It's just perfect, right? I mean, what did he really think writing a tweet like that? The whole legacy media bailout first started with the newspapers. Before he decided to start eventually bailing out the legacy media television stations, he first started by shoveling cash to Toronto Star, the National Post, all of these legacy media newspapers, which have essentially done nothing at all to hold Justin Trudeau to account. Exactly what he was looking for. So why wouldn't he be supportive? I'm sure he loves Canada's newspapers. In fact, they're some of the only allies I'm sure he can really rely on. Of course, the comments are absolutely scathing, absolutely brilliant from you guys. You guys never miss with this stuff, really. And this person writes, "I had to triple check that this wasn't one of the many parody accounts of you. What a joke. Resign." Yeah, exactly. It's not the Justin Trudeau's ego account. Well, that's a great parody account, I have to say. Whoever runs that, good on you, man. But this is not a parody account. This is legitimately from Justin Trudeau's Twitter account. Unreal. Takes some nerve to write a tweet like that, doesn't it? Take a look at this cartoon someone made. This is awesome, by the way. Whoever made this, I don't know if this is you who commented who made this, but this is awesome. Great visual here. And this person kind of sums it up perfectly, right? Brought to you by the Ministry of Truth. Spot on. Great stuff, guys. Anyway, that's going to do it for us this week on the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you tomorrow on Fake News Friday. My name is Harrison Faulkner, and this is Ratioed.